Hello and welcome to ARK Survival Evolved. We're on the Extinction map and today we're out in this snow biome because I want to go and start taming Managarmrs. I've got a good idea of how to do it. There's a couple of different strategies, but I might have a bit of an advantage with me having these. It's kind of high level long neck. It does about 520, so I think that should probably help me a lot to bring one down quicker. But I've also brought I'm trying to remember what she's called now. Freya. Yeah, I've brought Freya along with me because I'll be able to tank off the back of her. Well, not so much tank it as just a case. I think she'll give me a bit of protection, hopefully. Because I've been out and about. I mean, I've been out and about here with like an Argent and an Owl once, and I've been brought down by one of these Managarmrs. So what I've done is I've brought Ozzy. I used Ozzy to get over here, and I've just left him in the that little trap over there, and popped Freya out. I've left pretty much everything except what I think I'll need. So I've got some spike walls, a cryopod, and some tranks if I need them. Everything else is pretty much on Ozzy. I've also got some gates because they might help. It's going to be a case of having a look around and seeing what I can find. I mean, when I came in here, I didn't see much. There was like one level 24 was wandering around for some strange reason, trying to attack some mammoths. And then a direwolf sort of like dived in, and I think it was a 162 owl decided to join in with another one. And I was about to sort of like pull the owl across. I thought, oh, I'll bring that across and see if I can tame that. And I remembered I've got the roof off here, so it wouldn't have really helped. Really, would have just flown in and flown straight back out again. So that really wouldn't have helped. But anyway, if at any time you do find yourself liking the video, then do please click that like button because that'll help me out a great deal. If you're new to the channel and you want to see more content, then yeah, do subscribe. But just remember to click the little bell icon as well, because then you'll get reminders for when new content comes out. If you've got any comments, suggestions, do please pop them down below, either about this video or if you want to see anything particular on the channel, and I'll look into that. But anyway, so as far as I'm aware with these Managarmrs, I mean, I'm gonna have a search around and see what I can find. But although I've got high fortitude, I've still put some fur armor on, more for protection, because I know these Managarmrs, I think they've got like a frost weapon that can breathe on you and it can cause quite a lot of damage. That can pretty much turn you into a popsicle. So I've put that on just as an extra precaution. What's that snow owl? I kind of feel obliged to just check because I still want a high level snow owl. I mean, the best I've been able to do are like level, was it a 90 and a 96? That's what Ozzy's from. So I really need some decent high level ones. I'm gonna have to be a bit careful out here because there are Palovias out here as well. I mean, Freya can handle herself. I don't have any worries about her. Although I'm not 100% sure what these Managarmrs are going to be like, because from what I can tell, they're at their worst. They're kind of like similar to the Velonosaur in a way. At the worst, like further away. They can do quite a lot of damage from quite a distance. Oh, whoa, Struth, those things are seriously fast. I think that's why these things could be quite difficult to tame, because they just dart all over the place. And from what I gather, I think the trick is to try to drag them down to the ground, because there was once I was out here and I got knocked off. I was right in the middle of the flying through, got knocked off and came all the way down to ground, and I was getting chased by this Managarmr. I didn't know what level it was. I didn't want to stay and find out. I just ran, and I was running up past other dinos, hoping that it would get aggroed onto them instead, and it just wouldn't give up. Just kept coming at me all the time until eventually killed me. Basically, just kept wearing me out, and eventually did kill me. So hopefully I'll stand a better chance with Freya here. But I've no idea where that thing went to. It's quite amusing because sometimes they just hover around in the air. I don't know whether it's a glitch. but they just stay in the air and they don't seem to move. Oh, hang on. Oh, it's a fucking saber-tooth. Seriously, I've got better things to do. I'm looking for Managarmrs here. When you seriously, you're wasting your time. Ow, 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 ow. Crying out loud. How many of them? There's 4 of you. Truth. See? See? That was a complete and utter waste of time. But it's got to be done. So, yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be a case. So I'm just going to have to wander around with Freya here. Oh, there's one over there. What's that? Are you high level? Low level? What are you? That's not too bad. Let's see. Oh, where are you going? I think these things have a particular liking for woolly mammoths for some strange reason. I don't know why, but quite often I've seen them that go for woolly mammoths for some bizarre reason. Come here. I mean, normally I wouldn't be bothering you, but you know, this Managarmr here is of interest to me. Oh, for crying out loud. Can you not leave them alone? Look, aggro onto me. This is the first time I actually want something to aggro onto me. They decide they want to go after blooming... What, you're leaving all the difficult bits to me, are you? Where are you? Ow, 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 ow. Ow, 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 ow. Shine a light, I can't see you. Will you? Oh, man. This is not good. Right. Oh, hang on. Oh, now I've got a blooming snow owl on my tail. But, oh man, no, 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 no. This is not what I need. Seriously? I only want one of you. The other one, you can go away. Shoo. Scoot. This is totally impractical, this. God. Come on, I mean, I want the Managarmr. You snow owl, go away. Yeah, you go and badger that thing. Now, where's it gone? Right, there you are. There you are. Right, stay. But you stay still, man. Look, I can't shoot you if you don't stay still. Oh, this is just crazy. Now, where have you gone? Where have you gone? You're up there, aren't you? See, I'm a two-dimensional person here. You're making it complicated. Oh, give over. Look, just land on the floor somewhere. Wherever you've gone, just land. Right, that's better. Right, just, wait, where have you gone? Oh, come on. I mean, the idea is basically to put corner them with traps, but I think with this case it's just because I'm on Freya, I'm not too far for crying out. Look, man, go away. I've got better things to do here. Now, is that dead or has it come down? It's still alive. I'm impressed, but it's probably in serious. There's hardly any health on the poor thing. Oh God. Right, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a look around for. I'm not going to waste my mutton on this thing. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to box it up because it's like it's a mid-level, so it's an easy enough start. I mean, oh, crying out loud, that's what I didn't want to put down. I want to put these spike walls down. So that wasn't too bad doing it on the back of Freya. I don't think like a really high level one's going to make that big of a difference, but I still want to try the trap idea. So the idea is to just basically put a trap, put a gate in front of it. So you pull it into one gate, and then you just put another gate down behind it. Now that's not going to help me at all. Yeah, that's a bit better. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and hunt for some prime, because as I say, I don't want to waste it on... Oh man, for crying out loud. Look, come here. Oh, do you give me prime? Can I get prime off you? I don't think Daedons do give prime. I'll get it off the woolly mammoths if anything. I'm gonna have to pick that back up because it's not sitting very well. But I'm gonna go and hunt for prime. We'll see what this one tames out at. And while I'm out and about, I'll see if I can find a better one. So yeah, I'll bring you back in a short while. Well, this one's now tamed up. I mean, it didn't actually take that much. I mean, I took a couple of woolly mammoths down. I went round the corner, found a couple of woolly mammoths, and I managed to get plenty of prime meat. Oh, that's not what I want. And managed to take this. Well, I managed to get enough. Ow! 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 Oh, for crying out loud! But you go away. Now is the time I really could have done with my my pump action shotgun. Ow! 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 Flippin' heck! Seriously? Where on earth did that thing just like popped out of nowhere? But yeah, I mean, it didn't quite go to plan, I've got to be honest. I mean, I was going to try the gates, but I mean that thing just came out of nowhere. So it was like I was just trying to. I mean, the idea was to basically try to pull it into a gate, and then basically trap another gate behind it. At least that was what I was going to try anyway. So, like I was saying earlier, I mean, I wasn't really planning to use Freya as a tank as such, but in that case I did. I mean, that was pretty straightforward, to be honest. Oh, blast, I wanted to pick that up. It keeps, for some strange reason, the options keep swapping around. Oh, wow. Is this, I think it's a female, this one, is it? It's a female, yeah. She looks quite cool, actually. She's been, somebody's been messing with her, though. With all this, like, technology on her. I don't have any saddles or anything yet, but I want to pop her into a cryopod and then we'll go looking for another one, because I mean, really, I want to, if I can, I want to get a decent high level. She'll be like mid-level, because I think she was, what, 102 or something, or... I mean, the max on this map is 180. So she's got quite a ways to go. But it didn't have any problem with narcotics, or by the time I'd run all the way down there and killed off a few woolly mammoths and wolves and owls, should seem to have pretty much starved out by the looks of it. There's no point in keeping that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take her back and leave her on Aussie Owl, get myself another cryopod, and then we'll go looking for another Managarmr. So basically I'll want a high level, well, as high a level as possible for a male now, and then I can breed them together. So I'll bring you back once I found something. Okay, this is just driving me nuts. I mean, apart from low level Managarmrs, I mean, I'm putting gates down, they seem to be just getting through. So for like peace of mind, I just want to test this theory out with this one here. So this is the one I caught. I thought it was like a 102. I think it was like 90 odd or something when I got it. But sure enough, it can't actually get through a gate. And I don't know what's going on, because I've put one of these down, and every time I've seen it, it looked as though it actually managed to get through. So I don't know what on earth's going on. So the idea is you're supposed to lure it through put a gate down in front of it so that you pull it through, and then it gets stuck. It can't get any further. And then to stop it then getting back out, I mean, it might be different because I'm using S+, but the idea is just to put a gate just behind it. So now it's a case of it can't even back out. It's stuck. It can't go forward and it can't go back. So that's the goal. I mean, I'm trying to go forward and I'm trying to go back and I'm not getting anywhere. So that's the goal with this trap. But one of the biggest problems I'm having is trying to aggro the thing in the first place. Because what they seem to be doing is, as soon as I get to the area, they're in a fight with something. If I clear the area, they then start fighting something else. So it's trying to get them to aggro onto me. Now, there's been one suggestion of how to deal with that. It's got to be probably like the dumbest thing I could probably try, but yeah. I've done this before once. I mean, I've tried freezing it. Basically, I'm at this stage, because I'm finding such low level ones. I mean, I'm willing to try pretty much anything just to get this trap working. I think I was quite fortunate with the first one in that I managed to get its attention, and then that way it was I managed to basically just, you know, shoot it with tranq darts and it just ran away. But I haven't had much success later because, as I say, if I try and clear the area, it then just attacks something else. Or I've had cases where I've seen one of these things in the area, it's come down, attacked something. I'll then come into the area, and it's all of a sudden it's like it's gone up into the air, and then it started attacking something else in the area, and I'm left with sort of like having to deal with, like, you know, a lot of like deodons or what do you call them, mammoths or wolves, for instance. So I'm left fighting a battle. Meanwhile, the Managarmr's like disappeared off and it's fighting something else. Now, I don't think they've got that much health, to be honest, because I mean, that 180 certainly didn't last that long, and that's what it was doing. It just, they seem to like bounce from one sort of like fight to the next. They don't sort of like focus on one particular dino and just keep fighting that one. And ideally, I want to be able to either knock it out where it is, but then, you know, whatever's nearby will kill it. So it's a case of trying to find something where there isn't too much aggravation, too many other dinos. Then that way it'll aggro onto you. I've managed to do that, but normally where I've just basically taken it down with a tranq. So I mean, I just did that with like a low level 30, for instance. That was attacking it. There was only like one woolly mammoth in the area. It started attacking that. I managed to tranq it before the woolly mammoth then got to it again, and that did work. Now another alternative, I mean, you can try freezing it. Now I've tried that. Unfortunately, I mean, I've got these like bear traps now. I've tried to freeze it and put a bear trap down to keep it in place, and that didn't work. I've froze it with the snow owl and put a gate down. But then by the time we get the first gate down, it's unfroze and then it's run away. I couldn't put a bear trap down while I'm actually sitting on the owl, which is frustrating. I can put the gate down, but I can't put an actual bear trap on the floor, which I don't get. So it's very difficult trying to trap it, I'm finding. So one option is, in this sort of area, there's just tons and tons of things around. I mean, if I go and take one of these rare flowers, I'm just going to aggro anything and everything. But at this stage, I'm seriously tempted to at least try it, because I'm struggling with the gates, where you place the gate in front of it, pull it towards you so that it comes through the gate, and then you put a gate behind it so it can't move forward or back, and that way you'll trap it in place. I'm just struggling to get the aggro. So it's a bit of a gamble, probably a big gamble really, because you'll attract anything and everything around you. So maybe I can try and I'll have a wander around and see if I can grab grab the attention of one of them while we're in the air. So I'm going to have a look around, and then I'll give it a try. I've swapped over to the snow owl because I'm trying to track down Managarmrs. I've just been killing a lot of them out of the, running into low level ones. So I'm trying to find a reasonable one. There's one there. What's that? Ah, what are you? Right, there's a 102. See if I can. The trouble I've got is there's quite a lot of things in the area. Now I can't. What I'm having the difficulty of at the moment is trying to get the aggro of these things, because what I tend to find is they'll jump from one target to another. See, I mean, originally that thing was attacking that mammoth to my left. Now it's attacking the one over there in front. It's jumped off in the air. We'll see where it goes next. So it's back to attacking that one. Now I want to aggro onto it. I wanted to aggro onto me. And that is, to me, it's the hardest thing to do. Especially if there's a large group. Because I tend to find I'll go in. See, now it's lost interest. Now it's attacking the rhino. They're very, very unpredictable, I'm finding, and very difficult to... I mean, I want to keep this thing alive, but it's proven quite tricky. We'll see what it does next. So it's still coming to here. I mean, I'm basically just trying to keep the mix it up now. All of a sudden now we've got a bunch of direwolves suddenly come into the mix. That's making it even harder because see if I can. I'm just simply just trying. All I want to do is just get the aggro. I want to get the aggro onto me. I think it's now. Where's it gone now? Yeah, it's already aggroed onto something over there. It's as if there's sort of like some something built into the system where they don't aggro onto you. It's I'm gonna try it on foot if I can get rid of this snow owl. I might have a better chance if I'm on foot. Where the heck's it gone? Because I've tried freezing these things. Oh, say it's run up. Come here. I've tried to freeze these things with a snow owl. That was part of the reason why I brought it. Now I don't know if I've got enough room there, but nah, it's not enough. It was too far apart. It's going to start. It sounds like something's coming after me, which isn't necessarily what I'm looking for. I don't know what I'm. Ah, there it is. So right, if this thing's aggroing onto me, so I need it just slightly behind. Right, so it's now there is the first problem I've got. It's managed to get up. If it gets up into the air, the problem you have is that it glitches out. Ah, I'm too far away. Alright, so sometimes I find they glitch out and I just can't hit them. So you saw that, and that's three hits on it now so far. So what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and see if I can lose the aggro. Because these things they're known to glitch out. They'll get stuck in the air, and you can't do anything. What I mean, you can't aggro them. You can't do anything with them, except basically you can attack them. If I go up there with like the snow owl, for instance, I can go up and I can just peck it with a snow owl, and eventually after a few goes it'll start falling to the floor and it'll kind of get its act together. I'm just going to see if I've got any meat on here, because I could really do with some. Right, well, I've got 28, so that's not too bad. So that thing's down. I think it was down here somewhere, wasn't it? So that gate system, it obviously locked it in, but then it's kind of like stuck. In the literal sense, where I just can't hit it. Like the hitbox has just gone completely pear-shaped. Right, so there's one hit over there. So that's 1, 2. So it might be something to do with when it's aggroed onto you. Now that could be a thought. Ah, now that might be it then. That might be the answer to my problem then. I don't know what level this is, to be honest. I wasn't paying that much attention. It's a male 102. That's not too bad. I mean, we're back to mid-level. I think the other one was a female 106. Sorry, a female 96 I had before. So that's one option there. The hardest part is getting there. I'm finding anyway is actually getting aggro. Because most of the time these things are just, as far as I can see, they seem to have a real interest in woolly mammoths for most of the time. Quite often I'll find these things where they're they're attacking a pack, and I just can't. I mean, I'll try and like clear it out, but then it's a case of it's too late. It's now moved on to another pack. So this sometimes seems to be the easier way. I mean, it's pretty much it's pretty much luck of the draw as to what you'll pull if there's not that many like things around. Or maybe it's just a case of like waiting until it moves on. I mean, I'm trying to just like keep them alive with the snow owl, hoping that I think maybe it just moves off and finds something else to attack. Maybe that's the better strategy. Just keep like trying to, you know, help it, if you will, stay alive, and the off chance it'll then go and attack something else, and then you can pull its aggro. Because one of the things I did try is I saw it on somebody was suggesting using what was it, the rare flowers. Now I tried that, but I did get a bit of attention once, but I mostly ended up with like with snow owls and direwolves and daedons all coming after me. The Managarmr just had no interest whatsoever, so that didn't work. So what I'm going to do is I may as well tame that one up. I mean, at least it gives me something. It's a mid-level one, but I really want a high-level one. So what I want is I want Freya here to help me get some prime. So we're going to tame that one up, and then I'll bring you back. Oh, this is just crazy. I mean, I only had to give it like a small amount of prime meat, and it suddenly decided to pop up. But it's stuck in midair. I mean, this is just nuts. I mean, come on. Can I get you to go over there? Seriously, dude, can you do something other than like float around in midair? Where the heck's it going? Oh, that's true. So I mean, I've got a male and a female, but I've got a male that's just like wandering off into the stratosphere. I'm not really sure what to do with that. It's just stuck. Because I suppose maybe what I should have done was to take the gates down or something. I don't know. I'm just like really puzzled now. I don't know what to do with that thing, because I think I'll go and get Ozzy. See if I can get it to maybe follow Ozzy. Because it's just gone. Oh god. Seriously? Go away. Oh, come on. Well, I mean, I suppose on the plus side, Freya here is getting plenty of XP. Oh, blimey, this must be is this a high level one or something? A 168 Daedon. Right, I'm just going to go and get Ozzy and see if that'll do me in, because I haven't a clue where that thing's gone. It just literally just drifted away. I mean, that'll be not much use to me if it's just... Oh, these Freya here, she's got too much on her. No, I mean, I managed to get I think I got about 8 pieces of prime meat off a couple of woolly mammoths. Oh, Struth. What level are you? I don't know what level you are, because I've got a bunch of blooming direwolves around me now. I think what I should really do is I should build a base out here. Oh, God, Bennett. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm gonna deal with these wolves, and then we're gonna see if we can get Ozzy here to find that Managarmr, because I honestly have no idea. It just literally started to wander away out into the atmosphere. I think it was out here somewhere. I mean, that's not much use if it's just going to drift away. I thought I'd like found the solution to all problems, but no, it's just drifted away. Where the heck is it? Because I mean, at least least I found a way to deal with the hitbox. I mean, it was on the floor. You know, it got knocked out, and it was on the floor. Now I left the gates on top of it, so maybe. Oh, there it is. There. Maybe if I take the gates away, it's just slowly drifting away. I'm not really sure what to do with that. It's just constantly drifting up. Trouble is, you can't. Because it's one of mine, I can't hit it. Yeah, see, I can't hit it, so I can't, like... I wonder if I can... Does that do anything for it? I mean, I've turned it into a popsicle, but it doesn't seem to... Well, that's no use. Right, tell you what, I'm gonna make a note of where it is. Where are we? Right, so we're at about 1587. Right, I'm going to restart this, and I'm going to see if that'll give it a shove. I'm going to restart the game. Maybe that might give it a shove. So let me try that, and we'll see how it goes. Right, that looks like it's fixed it. As soon as I caught up with it, it ran off. Sorry, it fell down to the ground. So that's a good thing. So there it is, or is that somebody else's? Oh, that's mine. Yeah, it is. I thought it was another one. It's not following me though for some strange reason. I'm trying to get it basically. I want it to follow me back to the little outpost because I don't have any saddles on me. Oh, this is not going to go well if it's going to get killed straight away. No. No, no, no. Oh. Well, that's frustrating. So just got killed, but at least that solved it. I mean, I restarted the game, and it. I managed to find it. I went back up into the stratosphere with Ozzy here, and it just suddenly fell to the ground. So that did solve the problem anyway. At least it came back down, but then it. Yeah, unfortunately, just got ripped apart by a bunch. I don't know why it wasn't like trying to follow me. Well, I suppose as far as as far as I'm aware, I don't think they don't fly as such. They just kind of like hover, if they will. They can like jump around and bounce around, but they can't really fly. So as far as I can tell, that trap does work, and if you get that hitbox problem, I mean, I haven't seen anybody else resolve it that way, but that seems to be one option. Oh, hang on, what are you? Ah, there's one now. What are you going to badger? Let's try it on this one. So there's a woolly mammoth over there. So let's. There's a couple of them. Ah, that wasn't this. See if I can at least try and get this one's attention. Nope, it's already run away. Come here, come here, come here. Oh, I'm going to try and get this one's attention. So at least I know I've got a couple of methods anyway. I mean, I can go after them on the back of Freya. Oh, Struth. That's just typical. I want to shoot the bloomin' the Managarmr on it. Well, is that knocked out? Must be a really low level if that thing's knocked out. Of course, I've got a bunch of. Yeah, it's a level 6. This is of no use to me whatsoever. Of course, in the meantime, I've got 2 woolly mammoths here coming after me. But I'm just going to keep searching around because I really need a high level one, so I'll bring you back once I find one, hopefully. Well, I've come back to base because this video is going to just basically overrun. I mean, the goal was to basically go out and try and tame a couple of high level Managarmrs, but I'm struggling to find high level ones to begin with. And I'm also having problems trying to get aggro off them. they've got a strange mechanic where they'll seem to latch onto something and attack that, and then they'll just suddenly decide to go and attack something else altogether. I mean, I've seen it on like forums where other people have had this issue where they just keep running around the map attacking different things. It's quite difficult to sort of like get their attention. So far what I've found is that I can tank one off the back of a Thylacoleo, but then you've got to be prepared to chase after it a bit on the map and hope it, you know, it doesn't attack something else or something doesn't attack it. Another option is where you can use the gates, but the problem really is you've got to be able to get aggro to be able to do that. The idea is once you've got it aggroed onto you, I found it's easier if I get off like the owl, for instance, make sure I'm on foot, and then I can put a gate down right in front of me, move back while that moves forward and puts its head through the gate, and then I can put a gate just slightly behind it and it stops it moving forwards. The only trouble is there does seem to be like a bug with these things where they can sometimes get stuck and they end up hovering in the air, which hopefully they'll get that resolved. But I mean, as you saw in my case, it kind of like got stuck in the trap and it had that glitch. Now I haven't seen anybody resolve that up to now, other than maybe somehow finding the actual hitbox at some point. They must have just moved around, I think, and eventually found one. For me, I think I just spur of the moment, I thought, oh, I'll go away. Maybe if I lose aggro, then it'll drop back down to the floor. So I did manage to kind of resolve that weird problem where you hit it and then all of a sudden you can't because it just glitches out. The only problem was then after I tamed it floated away, and I had to literally log off and log back on to get it back. But unfortunately, in my case, I should have really cleared the ground, because I forgot these things that don't fly. I mean, I can jump up, for instance, and it'll just move around. But then it's like the rock drake, basically. You can move around in that way, so I can bounce around basically. If I use the alt attack, the primary attack, it'll dash forward and, interesting enough, trash the lamppost in the process. So it's like the rock drake, in that you can aim for somewhere that you want to go, and it'll rapidly go there. But I think that it's really frustrating, because it's a case of they seem to like latch onto something, attack that, and then they'll lose interest in it and go and attack something else. The only way I've been able to do anything basically is to, well, kind of like follow it around. If it lands in a large pack of dinos, is just go in with a snow owl, heal it, and hope it's going to lose interest and go on to something else. And then when there's only maybe 1 or 2 dinos that are in that group, if you can get them killed, then I can, it sometimes will aggro onto me. I've tried rare flowers to try and pull aggro, but that didn't really work. I mean, I've had one where it took a bit of an interest, and then it just suddenly rapidly lost interest. I still had like things like snow owls and deodons and wolves still running after me, because the buff was still there, but for whatever reason the actual the Managarmr had just lost all interest and had gone off to attack something else. So maybe I'm going to have to try and find a better mechanic here, because it's so far the way I'm looking at it is either you need to find a one that's only attacking like maybe 1 dino and there's not many in the area, or just go in with your snow owl and just pretty much hope for the best, that you can heal it up, and then hope that it's going to bounce off somewhere else to a better place you can find it, and then get on foot, use the gates to trap it. The only problem then is you might run into that glitch issue, and yeah, that would be interesting to say the least. But in terms of what these things do, I mean, I've got my primary attack. Now the alt attack is a kind of a breath weapon. From what I've read in the patch notes, it must have been able to do that on a 360-degree angle, but they've disabled that now, which is probably a good thing. I haven't quite figured out what this is. I'm probably going to have to look at the wiki, because this is like I'm using the C on the PC's keyboard, and it's doing something, I just don't know what. In terms of what else I can do, I mean, I can jump into the air, and I can press the direction keys, but the the back, it doesn't work. It won't go back. It'll only go forward. Unfortunately, I'm out of stamina. And this is a blooming raptor, which is something I don't need. No, 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 no! I'm out of stamina. Right, I don't know what that C key did there, but yeah, so I think with one of these you're going to have to... You obviously want a high level one, and you're going to have to pump stamina on this thing. So it's quite good. I really like the way it'll rapidly move around. Oh, it does damage when it lands. Ah, so that's interesting. It goes a massive distance. I mean, this thing, if you want to get around on the map, I suppose this would be a really quick way of doing it. I'm just going to see if it'll attach to the wall or something. Yeah. I was wondering if it might. I was just like curious there if it would attach itself to the wall. Kind of. It's kind of like hanging on there. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna have to persevere. Basically, I mean, realistically, I think what I'm gonna have to do is build myself a decent base out there, so I'm better prepared to go looking and spend more time out there. Because every so often I have to keep coming back to base to repair things. I've had this weird glitch issue where my GPS suddenly turned into like a blueprint. The little hotbar down there, the number 8 slot, turned into like a blueprint, and I'd lost my GPS. I've had it before, way back when I was on the island, and I used to get like all my armor used to turn into blueprints, for instance, or items in my hotbar here would turn into like a blueprint, and you couldn't do anything. You couldn't remove them. The only thing I could do was just put something else in the slot, and that would fix it. So I had to come all the way out back to base here and rebuild myself a new GPS. But anyway, at least I mean, I suppose the good thing is at least I've got a Managarmr, and I've got some idea of, at least a better idea of how to tame them. It's just a process now of spending a lot of time out there and trying to get a high level one. I mean, I was quite fortunate actually. I managed to find a 180 snow owl while I was out there. I mean, I can't compare the stats to these. These were like 96s, but I've been leveling these up. So I'm going to have to see if I can find another one out there. I was quite lucky because I was on the back of Freya. I managed to chase it around. I had to take on a lot of wolves and Dadons while I was chasing it, but eventually I managed to bring it down, and then I got it tamed up quickly with some mutton. But I didn't have a trap to pull it into, because the one I've got out there, I've taken the roof off for when I was taming some direwolves, and I haven't really put it back since. So I really need to be better prepared out in that biome. It takes ages to get, you know, from like that snow biome area where I've got the trap mark down to here. So realistically I'm going to have to build a proper proper base out there. But yeah, I mean, on the plus side, at least I've got myself a Managarmr, and I've got a better idea of how to trap it. It's not as easy as I thought. I thought it'd be just a case of I could, you know, pull the aggro and then that would be it, job done. But it's there's a bit more to it than that, and there's also the issue of having to find the high level ones as well. But I do hope you've enjoyed the video. If so, then do please leave a like, and if you've got any comments or suggestions, and do please put those in the comment section below, because I'm quite keen to see if there's another way of, you know, taming these things, an easier way. The common way seems to be using these gates, but if there's an easier way, I'd really love to know. And if you're new to the channel, then want to see more content, then yeah, do please subscribe. But just remember to click that little bell icon so that you get notifications for when new content comes out. So, till the next video, thanks very much for watching. Bye!